What's that? How do I hold it?
Yeah, you got to hold it right here.
I don't believe that. I'm gonna hold like this. So I had the opportunity to work for Cap Mo for about 5 years. Directly worked for him for 5 years. I was stationed with him for about 7 years. And there's like a few moments that all the firefighters here, all the firemen here know that there are moments in your career that you always remember. And sometimes it's not always like the big things. It's like it's the small things sometimes. The conversations. It is like the first time one of the dudes you work with comes into your cubicle and like shakes his wiener at you, or and then questions your sexuality because you looked. There's things like there's a bunch of stuff like that. But one of the things that sticks out to me the most in the time I've been on the fire department is I was working for Captain Brame on Ladder 7. I had a great opportunity there, and we went to an extrication on, I want to say, 16th Street. All right, this is just a regular run-of-the-mill day at the fire department, regular run-of-the-mill call, extrication. Rescue 5 came out. I wasn't assigned there yet, but I had the opportunity to go over there and work with those guys on B shift a whole bunch. And Cap Mo and I ended up being in the vehicle with the patient, and again, it's nothing like no spectacular call, but during the call, he looks over to me. He probably doesn't even remember this. He says, "Hey, Bubba, we trying to get you over there to work with us, and we think that'd work out good." And for me, at that time in my career, I felt like that's it. Like, if I didn't think I would break this, I would demonstrate what the mic drop looked like, right? So for me, that was one of the big first moments in my career. I'd just been on a couple years, 3-4 years, and for Captain No to say, "Hey, we want you to come work with us," that was a big deal to me. And I know Meredith's heard this story before. I've told this story to a few people when they ask, like, what's it like working with Cap Mo or whatever, but that was a big deal to me. It was a big deal that somebody that has much time on, that was so well respected, he's seen everything at least 3 or 4 times. My mom was 10 years old when he came on the fire department. So, and that's like legit math. That's a real thing. That's not hyperbole. I'm not making that up. She was 7 when he was promoted to captain. No.
I remember.
Yeah. So I say all that to say that's the type of man Cap Mo. That's what he meant to me. That's the impact he had on my life and the time that I got to work with him. That just the opportunity for him to say, "Hey, we want you to come be with us," was huge to me. It was such a big deal to me at that time in my career. It's something that I will remember. When I retire, I'm not going to work 40 years plus, 40 plus years, but 46 years, yeah. So, and I'm one guy. I can tell you that Cap Mo has had that impact on basically everybody in here in some capacity or another. It's the little moments, and there's been a lot of big moments that he's been there for all of us that are here. So, to me, it has been a blessing and a privilege to be able to have had him as a PT instructor when I was in the academy, to be able to work alongside of him at Station 5, and then to get the opportunity to ride the rescue with him and have him as my direct supervisor was like, it was a big deal. So, and I'm one guy, and over the course of 6 years, he's had that impact on a lot of folks. So, we love you, we respect you, we're going to miss you. It's not going to be the same without you, and you are a legend. You are literally a living legend in our fire department. So, yeah. So I figured if I got up here and said something, that the rest of you shy mooks would get up here and say something too, maybe. So let's tell some dirty stories.